Hey guys, my name is Francisco Hernandez, and today I'm doing another episode in my Building the Shot series, which is a series where I break down everything I can about how I created one single image of mine. In this case, it's going to be this image on the screen here of AJ from a recent workshop that I did over in York, Pennsylvania. In order to keep these videos not too long, I decided to separate my Building the Shot videos into how I took the shot and how I edited the shot. So in case you're only interested in how I edited the shot that showed you at the beginning of the video of AJ, then you can find a link to that in the top right corner of the screen, as well as the description area below. Before I continue though, I do want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Adorama. Adorama is an industry-leading retailer that has been serving photography, videography, and audio customers for almost 50 years now. Their motto is everyone is a creator, and they do their best to unleash that creator within us all by providing us with the tools and expertise necessary to get the job done. I personally shop at Adorama for both the great deals and products I use and recommend, but also the great customer service on those products as well. If you find yourself interested in anything that I talk about in today's video, you can find links to those products in the description area below, and be sure to use those links if you decide to order. On the screen right here is the first photo that I took of AJ, and it's very bad for a specific reason that I will explain right now. I did use 1/6 of a second shutter speed for the shot with my Sigma Art 35 f1.2 and my Sony a703 because I wanted to show exactly what would happen on the TV screen right here at a slower shutter speed of 1/6, and then when I increase the shutter speed, I'm at 1/50th of a second here, and in the next shot, I'm at 1/125th. And what's going on the TV screen right now is exactly what I wanted to avoid. I already knew that in terms of cheap LED lights or TV screens, that if you use too fast of a shutter speed, then you can get some weird effects like what's happening on the TV screen in this photo. So I wanted to avoid that, so I was trying to figure out what shutter speed to use. Obviously at 1/6 of a second shutter speed, that wasn't going to be ideal at all. So I just wanted to show you exactly how there's none of that effect in this photo. And in this photo at 1/50th of a second, you can see it a little bit creeped up right here at the beginning. It's just very subtle, but that is the effect that's happening on the bottom of the screen there. And then at 1/25th, you can see it's very prominent. I do want to quickly show you the behind the scenes because I did use two lights and a lot of another third light that was free, which was the natural sunlight. A lot of natural light was coming in through a window, providing most of the light that's going to be in the final shot, and that's why she has very harsh shadows underneath her chin. But I did want to add just a tiny bit more. I lifted the shadow slightly with the light that's on the camera left, which was I believe it was a 300 Pro with the softbox that's there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I want to guess it was the 33.4 inch. And on the right there is another 300 Pro with a warm color temperature without any sort of modifier on it. And it was just laying on the ground, as you can see in this photo. I wanted to jump back to this one shot at 1/125th because you can again see the effect on the screen very prominently. And then I felt like, you know what? I need to be at a shutter speed that's not too slow for me. So I did end up, I think, not at 1/50th of a second, which is what you're seeing in this shot here, but at 1/60th of a second shutter speed. And that's what I ended up staying at because I felt like there was a lot of good dynamic range, a lot of details in the shadows, as well as a good shutter speed that I could stay at without getting motion blur and also not getting too much of that effect on the TV screen. On the screen here is the first photo that we took of AJ, and with all the different lights on. I did wish that I took a photo without the lights that I added on the sides of her, because I would really like to just demonstrate exactly how it looked like. But basically she was darker in the face a little bit more, and you can see no highlight on the hair there. I do want to give a huge shout out to one of the workshop attendees, Craig, because he did kind of create the shot because he had the idea of her, AJ, being on the floor with her legs up on the TV, and I thought that was very interesting. And my shot's actually different from the workshop attendees that were at this workshop because they took shots of her from above, and I was seeing how she looked like while they were taking the photos, and I thought maybe a lower perspective with the lights behind her would be interesting. So I ended up creating my shot, which is the same light setup, I believe, as their shot, but just from the side and on a lower angle. This shot compared to this next shot, you can see that there's less of that effect on the TV. So it's just more of like a timing issue of getting less of that effect on the TV. So I did actually have this TV in case I did take another photo with the effect more prominently on the TV. So that was lucky that I didn't have that effect on the TV for this photo. But for this photo, I felt like I was a little too close, and also the softbox was in the way. So I think I got a little bit further back and lower. And then I also asked whoever had the light on the left to move a little bit further back, and that gave me this photo here, which was actually the photo that I really liked and edited. And so there wasn't a lot of build up to this shot, but there was a lot of explanation on how I came to this point. I actually want to show you guys the shots after I took this one, because I did take the shot and like it because of the expression and the composition. But one thing I felt could have been a little bit better was her hand, and also a little bit of the legs too. I wanted them crossed, but I wasn't getting the exact kind of look that I wanted for the legs. So you can see in the next photo, again, the exposure is going to be a little different because I did do Lightroom edit to this photo. But in this photo, you can see that she is now smiling and her legs are crossed. But again, it wasn't looking as good as I wanted it to be. So I did prefer the legs in this shot. But I did try something. I did experiment a little bit. At this point, I also felt like her hand was a little too flat, so I did want her to curve it a little bit. So I think the hands are just slightly different in this photo and in this next one here. This photo definitely has more mood, but I think I might have missed focus. Actually, no, that one was actually in focus and this one was slightly out of focus. I'm not sure if it was the autofocus or me, but I want to say it was definitely user error. So that's on me. After I took this last photo, then I decided to grab behind the scenes, and I'm not sure exactly whose idea it was to drop the popcorn in there, but I did actually really like it because it provided some sort of kind of like a prop to work with and some sort of like storytelling. I'm not sure exactly what the story is, but it is something extra. In this photo, you can see Tim dropping a popcorn. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but I was taking behind the scenes of the shot. And you can see one of the workshop attendees in the back, Nima, probably contemplating how he's going to take the shot. And again, here is the behind the scenes without anybody in the shot. Well, somebody's arm and leg right here. But that's how I created this shot. I hope it was educational to you guys. Again, if you're interested in the editing part of this video, I will leave a link to that in the top right corner of the screen, as well as the description area below. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I want to say one last thanks to Adorama for sponsoring this video, because when they do that, it allows me to keep making free content for you guys. So definitely check them out. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.